So the story is told of a young Zambian, 23 years old, Lemegani Nathan Yerenda, who was on a scholarship to Moscow to study nuclear engineering. And while he was there, he decided to take on a side job. So he became an errand boy for a courier service. You know how the hustle is. And on one of those nights when he was on his errand, he got stopped by the police. And when they searched him, they found drugs. And upon police, he was sentenced to 9 years in prison. And while he was there, the Russian-Ukraine war just started. So he was approached by a private militia group, more like mercenaries. And this was the offer for him to fight for them in exchange of his freedom. So they put him on the front line. But the brother never came back home. Mama Africa, hear the plea of your sons and daughters. Your children bleed, we no longer dance to the tunes of our rich cultures. Today we leave behind our beautiful lands overflowing with immeasurable resources. Chasing after Europe and American dream, we run into the unsteady arms of our colonial masters. And as dangerous as this may seem, with caps in hand, we know exactly what this might cost us. So when the lights finally go dim and the gods can no longer hear our scream, we stand to become feed for hungry sharks and vultures. We risk our lives to the desert and the high seas in search of greener pastures. But all that my eye sees are constant pressures. This is the heritage and legacies of our ancestors, how the sons of royalty have become beggars. Can't you feel the ironies of a land blessed with many treasures? Our economies can no longer feed us, so we turn to the embassies in search of visas. But sometimes applying for visa feels like a criminal begging for amnesty. So we know that deserts and oceans have become better options, even though we know we will definitely run thirsty. But stepping into the minds of a regular youth, sometimes I pray for the colonial masters to just come get me. Because when you stand directly between Pharaoh and the Red Sea, trust me, you can do anything just to set free. The African youth is not lazy. The ground upon which we stand are just too hard. The gods must be crazy, maybe, but the fact that we are Africans does not make us children of some lesser god. So this general sense of inferiority just makes me sick and sad. We are not asking for government to put money in our pockets. All we need is enabling environments and conducive markets. For how long will we run on treadmills till we end up in our caskets? Will we forever go to the riverbanks with these empty baskets? In the end, we embark on the deadly voyage through the Mediterranean, only for us to get to a distant land and be treated worse than an alien. Yes, you're anybody, Diani Papatiasi. Now, so young yet, you may come the young. In fact, or doesn't who to be to come and ashasi. I won't be bringing out anything. When you're not for every other year was 70 was the GB wedding of my family paying. Since it's a pity, such a pity, how the sons of the mighty have become more in this place with no dignity. So, in order to survive, we pray to be accepted as refugees, laying aside our skills, education, and expertise. We pour our brains down the drain in order to expect ease. Some chase after the dream, others forever chase after the mirage. But standing over here, we look all nice and green, but sometimes, Charlotte, it's only a camouflage. Those of us who get disappointed become beggars at the train stations. So where are the African leaders when they can equally invest and empower the African youth to train nations? My heart goes out to my fellow young African. Those who travel billions of miles in search of milk and honey, only for them to become victims of human trafficking. Those with no hopes of seeing their families ever again. Our women who have been reduced to sex slaves. And I ask myself, so after independence, is this how we move on to the next stage? After all, we are blessed with everything the earth gave. We have everything in Africa, yet you grew up dreaming of Australia, Asia, Europe, and America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. But you see over there, money does not grow on trees. Sometimes you have to go through the lion's cage. We idolize these nations and we call them great, but we still have a choice to make, to forever migrate our homes and forever lament over the injustices of history, or to stay true to our own and change her story by working hard through the rock and the bone in order to reclaim her lost glory. I know times are hard because I feel the heat of the steam. But I shall continue doing my part because I have a dream. Yes, I have a dream. Not someday, but this day, every African youth will find greener pastures in his or her own country and begin to walk anywhere in the world. Shoulders high, knowing we are royalty. I have a dream. Yes, I have a dream. Not someday, but this day, every African youth will walk anywhere in the world, a free man, and begin to enjoy equal rights in any overseas land. I have a dream. Yes, I have a dream. Not someday, but this day, we shall begin to transform our natural abilities and natural resources into economic gain and begin to realize that going to our neighbor's cap in hand is such a big, big shame. For wealthy is our portion of the earth, for we are rich beyond the reach of any curse. For this is Africa, the land of spirits. This is Africa, the land of our birth.